بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل لن يصيبنا إلا ما كتب الله لنا هو مولانا وعلى الله فليتوكل المؤمنون. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: قد أفلح من أسلم ورزق كفافا وقنعه الله بما آتاه. صدق الله العظيم وصدق الرسول النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Previously we mentioned the importance of having patience and gratitude in our lives. And we said that this journey of life, you can't tread this journey and you can't go through life until you have these two very important qualities in your life. If a person doesn't have patience, they're not going to be able to achieve and accomplish a lot of the things in life that requires this very necessary ingredient, one of the ingredients of success. If you're always impatient, you might start a program, you jump right off. You might begin some job and career, then for some time you're impatient, you might not see results, you quickly jump off. Imagine that if you're on a train, and every time the train, it frustrates you, it's not moving fast enough, you jump off the train. Are you ever going to get to your destination? Just imagine that. You're on a train. This is the train of life. And a lot of times this is what we do. We jump off. Train's going too slow. Oh, the weather is bad. Oh, there's a little bit bumpy. Oh, I'm getting frustrated. Okay, jump off the train. And then next time we realize, oh, here's another train coming. Okay, then get on that train. And then you're going on that for a little bit, and then you get tired of that, you get impatient. Oh, the food wasn't good on this train. Oh, jump off this train as well. And this is how many people, they spend their entire lives like this, impatient. So you can see, for us to get to the destination, you need to have patience. And then another thing is gratitude. This is another very, very essential ingredient of success. Why? Because when a person is not in gratitude, it's going to make them jump into impatience. Oh, why is this like this? Oh, nothing is perfect. Oh, nothing is the way that I want it. And you start becoming ungrateful. That ingratitude also makes you fall into that impatience. This train isn't the way that I want it to be. It's not first class. Jump off. You see? Same way, the train's not gonna get you to the destination, even though that train is enough for you to get you to where you wanna go. But because of your ingratitude, it's not first class train. It's not with the nice sofas and the velvet, seats. It's not first class, it's not, high class. So therefore, that also makes you jump off of the train and become lost in your journey, or delayed on your journey, or you never reach your destination. Like this, understand this metaphor, brothers and sisters, as a metaphor for life. Two things you need, you can't be without it: patience and gratitude. And I keep coming back to this fundamental point. We have not forgotten our brothers and sisters in Gaza. Why I am bringing these sifat and why I'm speaking about this is because they are the most beautiful example. They are the most beautiful, they demonstrate these two qualities to the fullest: patience and gratitude. Because of their patience and because of their gratitude, you see that in that most tragic, in that most hard and difficult situation and circumstance that they are in, they are successful. Nobody can take away that. Imagine that somebody looking at that tragedy said, this is the greatest failure. But they walk around like they're victorious. They walk around like they've achieved and accomplished something. And they have, because they are patient and they are grateful. A patient person and a grateful person is never defeated. No matter what situation you are not in failure. You cannot be defeated. You cannot be in loss. Nobody can take away anything from you as long as you are patient and as long as you are grateful. And that is what we see in our beloved brothers and sisters in Gaza and other places of the world where Allah has given them these two beautiful qualities. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq that this quality should come inside of us. So we spoke about this already. However, one young man, he reached out to me and he messaged me. I got a WhatsApp message and he said, Shaykh, it's really wonderful what you're talking about, patience and gratitude, but I still don't have it. I don't know how to have it. I know you mentioned the virtues and you mentioned the benefits, but how can I develop patience? How do the people of Palestine, how do the people of Gaza have it? How do they have patience? This how is a very essential point. And we're going to inshallah discuss this today. And the key to patience and gratitude is something called qana'ah. Qana'ah. To be contented with Allah's decree. To be pleased and to be contented with Allah's decree. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us how can we get this contentment. He says in the Quran, قُلْ لَن يُصِيبَنَا. Allah ta'ala is telling us, say. You must say this. And this is a very beautiful way that Allah ta'ala is beginning this verse. He's teaching us that this is a muraqabah. It is a reflection that we should utter with our tongues. قُلْ, say this. لَن يُصِيبَنَا. We will never be afflicted. إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Except with that which Allah has written for our benefit. Subhanallah. Huwa Mawlana. He is our master. He is our caretaker. He is our nourisher. He is our master. He is our caretaker. He is our nourisher. The one who nourishes us. وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. And upon Allah do the believers put their trust. Subhanallah, what an ayah. This is in reality the foundation of patience and gratitude. How can we develop patience? And how can we develop gratitude? To know that whatever comes in front of you, this was my nasib. Whatever comes in front of me, to know that this was what was written for me. Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas, he was a young boy. Some say he was like 7 to 10 years old. He was riding on the camel with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. كنت ردف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ذات يوم. He says, I was behind the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم riding on his camel. I was mounted with him on the camel, and he said to me these advices. قال يا غلام, oh my young man, oh young boy, احفظ الله يحفظك. You guard Allah and Allah will guard you. احفظ الله تجده تجاهك. You guard Allah and you will find Allah wherever you may be. Now, what is the meaning of guarding Allah? It means guard the commandments of Allah. Guard the commandments and guard the orders and the prohibitions of Allah. Do what Allah has commanded you. Guarding Allah here means like doing and keeping Allah in mind at all times. When you have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at every juncture, you keep Him in mind, Allah will keep you in mind. When we think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only when we are in difficulty and then we want help, yes, Allah will give you help even then. That's the mercy and the kindness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what faith demands of us is that we should remember Him at all times, at every juncture, in our happiness and in our sadness. اذكروا الله في الرخاء يذكركم في الشدة. Remember Allah in easy times, and Allah will remember you in the difficult times. اذكروا الله في الرخاء يذكركم في الشدة. Remember Allah Azza wa Jal in your difficulties. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your good times, Remember Allah ta'ala in your happiness. Remember Allah ta'ala in your joy. When you are in the times of goodness, in the times of happiness, in the times of joy, you are forgetful of Allah. And then in the times of difficulty, you remember Allah? Imagine that friend that never says salam to you, only when he got a flat tire. He says, 3 a.m, you get a call, I'm on Highway 1, right by the ocean. and I got a flat tire. I need you, bro. I need you. Okay, you're a friend, you go. But every time this person calls, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, after the 3rd time, you'd be like, no, this guy, he's a matlabi. You know matlabi? He's a friend that always has, right, some ulterior motive. He's not a true friend, because he said a friend in need is a friend indeed. The friend which is at the time of need, that's a friend, he's a true friend. But the one that's calling you every time that he has a need, and that never, when he's having a party, he doesn't remember you. When he's in happiness, he doesn't remember you. When he had his nikah and his marriage, he didn't remember you. You know? When he became a millionaire, he didn't remember you. And then whenever he was in a difficult situation, then he's calling you. I got a flat tire, come and help me out. 3 in the morning. This person, what are you going to think about him? So understand that our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, think about your relationship with Allah. Where is the wafa? Where is that loyalty? So remember Allah and Allah will remember you. Remember Allah and you will find Him wherever you may be. إِذَا سَأَلْتَ فَاسْأَلِ اللَّهِ. When you ask only of Allah. وَإِذَا اسْتَعَنْتَ فَاسْتَعِنْ بِاللَّهِ. And when you seek assistance only from Allah. وَعَلَمْ أَنَّ الْأُمَّةَ. And here it comes. Know that if the entire world gets together to benefit you, they will not be able to benefit you until Allah has written it for you. And if the whole world gets together to harm you, they will not be able to harm you until Allah has written it for you. And another beautiful thing the Prophet ﷺ says, وَاعْلَمْ أَنَّمَا أَخْطَأَكَ لَمْ يَكُنْ لِيُصِيبَكَ وَمَا أَصَابَكَ لَمْ يَكُنْ لِيُخْطِئَكَ. That which has hit you would have never missed you. And that which missed you would have never hit you. When you know this, and this is part of your faith and your iman, you will be contented with Allah's decree, knowing that whatever Allah wills, this is what's going to happen. Whatever Allah wants, مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ كَانَ وَمَا لَمْ يَشَأْ لَمْ يَكُنْ. That which Allah wills will be, and that which Allah does not want, it will not be. That's as simple as it is. Who are you fighting? Who are you fighting? Don't fight Allah's decree, because you will always be frustrated. I have this car, but I don't have that car. I have this house, but I don't have that house. Know that هذا تقسيم الله سبحانه وتعالى. This is the qismat of Allah. This is the nasib of Allah. And when you accept Allah's decree and you accept Allah's nasib, you have qana'ah. You accept Allah's decree. Allah is the one who has distributed this. Allah has given me this spouse. Allah has given me this house. Allah has given me this face. This is a dalil, this is a proof that people are not pleased with what Allah has given them. That they said, oh, I'm not happy to be a man. I want to be a woman. I'm not happy to be a woman. I want to be a man. And you're changing. Wallahi, brothers and sisters, listen. Making yourself something that other than nature made you. How Allah naturally made you. Allah naturally made us in a way. Remember, whenever you try to make yourself something outside of the fitrah, outside of the natural way that Allah wanted, you know what? That is ugly. That is going to add to your frustration. Ugliness, you know what looks beautiful? Everything within nature. You ever seen like a horse that's really ugly? Just the way that it is beautiful. Or anything in nature. Look at anything in nature. Truly, nothing in nature is ugly. If you look at like a volcano that is exploding and is destroying everything, but there's a beauty in that. There's a flood that's coming through. There's a beauty, there's lightning. There's a beauty in everything that Allah Ta'ala put in nature. Now when you are not pleased with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, you are not pleased with Allah's creation. And see, qana'ah and this being pleased with Allah's decree, it comes into everything. In your personal life, in your private life, in your business, in your marriage, in your family. If you have qana'ah, you will be happy. This is where happiness is. And if you have qana'ah, you're pleased with Allah's decree, you will also have patience and you will also have gratitude. The one who is not pleased with Allah's decree, everything is, oh, why is it like this? I got married. I don't want I wish my wife wasn't like this. I got married. Oh, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I paid for. Be pleased with Allah's decree. Practice being pleased that, oh Allah Ta'ala, whatever you have given me, this is your taqseem. This is your distribution. I am pleased with your distribution. Imagine if a generous person, he comes and he has, 3 gifts. And he gives you a gift. He's a very generous person. He has 3 gifts and they're covered. And he says, I'm just going to choose one from this bag and I'm going to give it to you. And this very beloved, generous person, he pulls out a present from the bag and he gives it to you. And you open up and it's a watch. And you say, I don't like this watch. This watch is not the one that I wanted. I wanted the Rolex. I didn't want the Seiko. This is not the one that I wanted. Imagine how that person would feel, that this was something that it was selected for you. Or let's take it from another perspective. That gift that was given to you, it had your name on it. And it was given to you by a very wise, very loving person, very kind, generous person. And said, this gift especially, I selected it for you. And then you open that gift and you see that and you say, you know what? I don't like this watch. I wanted another one. Why do I have this? This is ugly. This is like this and this is like that. How would you feel? If you were the one giving that gift, remember that everything that Allah has distributed in His creation, your face, your life, your spouse, your job, your everything, that doesn't mean that there are certain things that we can't make better in our lives. Allah Ta'ala has given us that ability, right? You need to work more, work more. You need to make more effort, make more effort. But this is where our grief comes, is that you are in a comfortable situation and you're not happy with where you are. What do you want to do? Now you're killing yourself to try to get, and compete with the Joneses. I have this car, I have this life, but the reason why I'm not happy because it's not like that person's life. It's not like that person's car. It's not like that person's, and what will happen then? What will happen? You will always be grieved. You will always be frustrated. You will always be angry. And now imagine how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees those people who He's giving them the gift of rizq. This is Allah's distribution. And you say, I am not happy with your distribution. Your distribution should have been like this. There's a very famous story about a great sheikh. He went outside and it started to rain. And when it rained, he said, you see, the rain came right on time today. Perfect timing. The rain came at perfect timing today. When he went to sleep that night in a dream, he saw there was a voice in his dream that said, oh, so-and-so, yani taking his name. Oh, Shaykh, did it ever not rain on time? That today you said, today it rained on time. He said it was a drought. So I said, today, subhanAllah, the rain was right on time. He says, every time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings down the rain is at the moment and the amount and the exact measure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed. Whether today or tomorrow, never does it rain out of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure or out of Allah ta'ala's decree. It is always the right time. Why did you say this? And he woke up and he made istighfar. But we learned this lesson that nothing is out of place. Nothing is out of time. Your face, your body, this, brothers and sisters, this concept destroys a lot of people. To not accept and submit. And when you say you're a Muslim, you cannot say you're a Muslim and not submit your heart and your mind to Him. You may have submitted in your prayer, or you might submit in Hajj, or you might submit in Ramadan. You have to submit in your heart, and you have to submit in your mind. What do you mean by heart and mind? To accept this fact, to be pleased, and to know that which Allah has decreed is His distribution. This is part of Iman. قُلْ لَن يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Say this, we will not be afflicted except with that which Allah has given us, what Allah has written for us. This lam, those of you who know Arabic, إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. This lam is لِلتَّمْلِيك. هذا الكتاب لي هذا لك. Right? هذا الكتاب لنا هذا المسجد لنا. Right? So it's like the lam, it comes for possession. So look at what Allah Azza wa Jal says. لن يصيبنا, we will never be afflicted. إلا ما كتب الله لنا, except with that which Allah has written for us, for our benefit. لفائدتنا, for our benefit. So anything that comes upon you, understand this, that this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessing. This is from Allah's distribution. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's selection. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ أَسْلَمَ, successful is the one who has submitted. He has accepted Islam. وَرُزِقَ كَفَافًا, and he has ample sustenance, just enough. It's enough for him. It's sufficient for him. And lastly, وَقَنَّعَهُ اللَّهُ بِمَا آتَاهُ, and Allah has given him qana'ah. Allah has contented him in what he has given him. Brothers and sisters, a lot of us find ourselves frustrated in life, grieved in life, angry with life, angry with people, angry with our spouse. There are certain people that I've seen them, subhanAllah, brothers and sisters, constantly angry. Subhanallah. Constantly angry. And the reason why they're angry, they don't have qana'ah. They're displeased with everybody. Nobody makes them happy in life. Wife, I'm not happy. Husband, I'm not happy. Job, I'm not happy. Face, I'm not happy. No, face he might be happy with. Yeah, this is the face that's the most beautiful face in the world. Everybody else's face is ugly. That's another problem. Yeah. Everything is displeased. Why is this house like this? Why is this car like this? Brothers and sisters, when we talk like this, you know what we're doing? We're inviting Allah's wrath. Allah will give us something to complain about. You have nothing to complain about. We have nothing to cry about. We have no problems in actuality. And when we talk like this, you know what? When we talk like this, be ready, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will then definitely give you something to complain about. May Allah protect us. This is an ingratitude. But where can we develop this gratitude, to be thankful, and the quality to be patient? It comes from qana'ah. This is the pillar, is that we be pleased with Allah's decree and know that whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, لَن يُصِيبَنَا, we will never be given except that which Allah has given. Huwa maulana. Look at what Allah says. Huwa maulana. He is our master. He is our nourisher. He is our cherisher. Subhanallah, Hassan Basri rahmatullah alayh, he brought a servant in his home. When he brought the servant in his home, he asked the servant, he said, what is your name? He said, servants don't have names. Whatever you call me, that is my name. He said, what? He said, okay, where will you sleep? He said, why do I have a choice in where I sleep? Whatever my master puts me to sleep, that's where I'm going to sleep. He said, what? This is ajib. He says, what will you eat? He said, whatever my master gives me, this is what I shall eat. I don't have any choice. I am a servant. And you are the master. Master says, and that's it. When Hassan Basri heard this, he cried. He cried so much that he fainted. And when he woke up, he says, go, you are free for the sake of Allah. And then he said something. He said, you have taught me the true servitude to Allah, that I should be pleased with whatever Allah has given me. Allah is our master. Whatever He chooses for us. If He chose for us this is what I am pleased with. If He chose for me that, this is what I'm pleased with. If this is the spouse that Allah chose for me, obviously, if there's abuse taking place, if there's zulm taking place, if there's oppression taking place, right? We're not talking about being pleased and allowing yourself to be oppressed or abused or beaten up. That's not what we're talking about. But just this random complaint. Oh, I just don't like you. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, just like random excuses. Where it all comes down to just being pleased with the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So brothers and sisters, this is a very beautiful poem that's mentioned by one of the great mashayikh. تَبَارَكَ مَنْ أَجْرَ الْأُمُورَ بِحُكْمِهِ. Glory be to the one who everything that he decreed was by his command. كَمَا شَاءَ لَا ظُلْمًا أَرَادَ وَلَا هَضْمًا. Whatever Allah decreed in this world happens without any oppression and without any intent of harm upon you. فَمَا لَكَ شَيْءٌ غَيْرَ مَا اللَّهَ شَاءَهُ. You will not have except that which Allah has willed for you. That's as simple as it is. You will not have except that which Allah has willed for you. فَإِن شِئْتَ طِبْ نَفْسًا وَإِن شِئْتَ مُتْكَظْمًا. فَإِن شِئْتَ طِبْ نَفْسًا وَإِن شِئْتَ مُتْكَظْمًا. And if you want, then be happy with this. And if you want, continue to kill yourself in frustration in this life. This is the key, brothers and sisters, that we constantly have a sense that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's decision, everything and every circumstance is a gift from Allah. Sometimes that gift, you open it up. Like when you get a gift from someone, and it has your name on it, it's a special gift, it's a surprise, you open it, it's not the way you want. It's not the watch you wanted. It's not the gift you wanted. But it is from that most beloved person. Now imagine all of our circumstances. It might not look that way. These are gifts from Allah, or they are tests from Allah. For us to be pleased with it, to be patient, and to be grateful. How can we do that? It's to be pleased with it. How can we be patient and how can we be grateful? To be pleased. When you're pleased that whatever my master gives me, whatever he bestows upon me, I am pleased with that. And if a person doesn't have that, brothers and sisters, they're always going to be in a state of frustration. They will never be able to be patient, and they will never be able to be grateful. And that person who has attained qana'ah, Rasulullah ﷺ said, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ. He has become successful. Why will he be successful? Because he has removed from himself all the things of frustration. Why? Why does this person have and I don't have? Why does that person have and I don't have? Why am I like this? Why is they like this? Why am I not at that level? And another thing the Prophet ﷺ taught us, look at those that are lower than you. انظروا إلى من أسفل منكم ولا تنظروا إلى من فوقكم. Look at those who are lesser privileged than you. And don't look at the people that are above you. Lifestyles of the rich and famous, getting depressed every single day, looking at Instagram and you know, X and all this, and you're like in this whole world of just grief, looking at other people's, right, you know, fake lives. And what happens? Everybody's grieved, everybody's sad, everybody's frustrated, and my life is not like the life of so-and-so. Whereas in reality, look at those who are lesser than you. Learn from our brothers and sisters in Gaza who are better than us in deen, better than us in piety, better than us in iman and in patience and in gratitude. Look at them. Look at people who are above you in the deen, and look at people who are below you in dunya. Inshallah, if we do this, that qana'ah and that contentment and pleasure in Allah's decree will come in our lives. May Allah give us tawfiq. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Inshallah, please move forward. There's some brothers still standing in the back.